Hello guys, welcome back to Poetry Factory, where you can learn about all sorts of things related to poetry, especially figures of speech. My name is Fadil Radifan, and in this video we are going to learn about hyperbole and idioms. Let's talk about hyperbole first. It is quite a common figure of speech, so I'm sure you've heard of it at some point. What comes into your mind when you hear the word hyperbole? The Oxford Dictionary of Literary Terms defined it as exaggeration for the sake of emphasis in a figure of speech. In simpler words, hyperbole is a figure of speech in which something, be it an object or an idea or something else, is exaggerated to create a more intense effect. An example of hyperbole that might be relatable to you is "this bag weighs a ton," which someone may say when carrying a very heavy school bag. In reality, the bag doesn't actually weigh a ton, right? It's just extremely heavy and painful to carry. This statement then is a hyperbole. The weight of the bag is exaggerated to emphasize how much of a hassle it is to carry the bag. Another example of hyperbole is when your friend was going to have an important exam and they said, "I'm going to die if I fail this exam." Do you see where the exaggeration is? Right, that whole sentence is an overstatement or exaggeration because who would actually die from not passing an exam? That statement exaggerates the effect of failing the exam to emphasize the importance and urgency of passing it. Now, you can see a list of some common examples of hyperbole in English. You can guess by yourself where the exaggeration is in each of the examples, then discuss it in the comment section if you want. Anyway, remember when I said that hyperbole is a common figure of speech? Well, by common, I mean hyperbole is everywhere, literally. You can see it in all kinds of media, from advertisements, songs, YouTube videos, tweets, and of course, more classically, in poetry. Hyperbole is often used in poetry and other literary works because it helps emphasize part of the story and evoke a response from the reader. Furthermore, it can help the writer get their point across so the readers understand the emotion, seriousness, or humor of the situation. If you want to read famous works of poetry that utilize hyperbole, you can read these poems. Speaking about poetry, aside from hyperbole, poetry also often makes use of idioms. The term idiom is defined as a group of words that co-occur in more or less fixed phrase whose figurative meaning cannot be predicted by analyzing the meaning of its components. If that academic definition is too much to handle, then let me restate it more simply. Idiom is defined as phrases which are commonly used and have a different meaning from how they sound. For example, you may have heard of the expression "break a leg," which is commonly said to someone before they do something challenging. When you take its meaning literally, it sounds ominous and scary. Like, why would you want someone to break their leg? However, that, of course, is not what it really means. Break a leg is an idiom in the English-speaking world. It has a figurative meaning which is commonly known. In this case, most English speakers understand the meaning of the phrase to be the same as "good luck." So, break a leg is not at all ominous. It's the complete opposite. Another common English idiom is "it costs an arm and a leg." When interpreted literally, it may sound like something straight out of a slasher horror movie. Like someone lost their limbs just to get something. That's some nightmare stuff right there. But since the expression is an idiom, of course the meaning is not that gory. It costs an arm and a leg means that something is very, very expensive. Anyway, like I said before, idioms are often used in poetry. The reasons are that idioms can help the reader visualize what is happening in the poem and encourage them to think more about what the author really means. An example of a work of poetry that uses idioms is "Mending Wall" by Robert Frost. In this poem, the author writes, "Good fences make good neighbors." This is an idiomatic expression which means that establishing boundaries between you and your neighbor helps both of you to know how to act and respect each other's space and privacy. Okay, now you have learned about the basics of idioms. Yay! Here is a list of some idioms that are quite common in English. Do you know the meaning of all of them? Let's discuss it in the comment section. Alright guys, now that we have discussed hyperbole and idioms, I think this is a good time to wrap the video up. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up and press the subscribe button because it means a lot to us. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.